Okay, I know I'm going to get in trouble for this, but here goes. I was in a bar a few years ago. It was really, really crowded. And I'm talking to this girl. I don't remember if she's white, I guess, blonde, brunette. I don't really don't remember the details, but I remember this. It was really crowded. We're talking face to face, and people are pushing by, you know, bumping into her. You know how it is in a bar. People are bumping and jostling, and you're trying to hold a drink, and suddenly this somebody pushes her really hard, and she comes up against me really strong, and she's, of course, ticked off, so she turns around quickly, and she says, "Watch it, you big gorilla!" And at that moment, you could have heard a pin drop because the whole immediate area became silent because she was face to face with one of the biggest, blackest, gorilla-looking men I've ever seen. And yes, he was African American. In fact, he could have been from Africa. We have a lot of Africans here in Japan working. And it had nothing to do with the fact that he was black. Well, no, I mean, yeah, okay, he was dark, yeah, and gorillas are black. They have black fur, you know. If gorillas were white and this guy were white and it looked exactly the same, you know, physical features, then I would have said the same thing. But I don't think it was racist, and it was funny because for a second everyone thought, "Oh shit, he looks like a gorilla," you know, and it was true. I mean, after the thing was, he didn't freak out. He was like, he realized that he was cool. He was like, okay, she didn't when she said gorilla, she didn't realize who I was or that I looked this way, and he was cool because it was funny. It was for a second. It was like you could see it in his eyes. He was like, "What the hell did you say?" And then, you know, he realized that she hadn't done it on purpose, and saved. You know, everything was fine, and he was cool after that. You know, he was cool. And after he left, you know, everyone was like, "Oh shit, man, that could have been bad." So why am I bringing this up? It's because sometimes we say things that appear racist and we don't mean them to be racist, and there are truths to, you know, some of the mistakes that we make. Oh, it's going to get bad. Okay, here it goes. So in Japan right now, there's a company called EMOBILE. Okay, and EMOBILE's mascot is a monkey. Now, they're not the #1 cell phone company here in Japan. The #1 cell phone company is called SoftBank. SoftBank has, SoftBank's big. Their main mascot is a white dog. Okay? And the whiteness is irrelevant. I just mentioned it so you can get the picture. Anyway, SoftBank has the white dog, and EMOBILE is competing with SoftBank, and they have a monkey as a mascot. Now, you might not realize this, but in Japanese, in the Japanese language, we don't say to fight like cats and dogs. We say to fight like dogs and monkeys. So, of course, it's natural for EMOBILE to put up their monkey as their mascot because they're going to fight against the big giant SoftBank. So a few, I don't know when this happened exactly, but it's become a controversy on CNN recently, and I'll put links over here. EMOBILE made an advertisement with their mascot doing a campaign, at a campaign rally calling for change. Change, and everybody in the world, everybody knows that Obama is doing this right now. This is Obama's campaign, basically, change. But of course, what EMOBILE is trying to do is get people to change over from SoftBank, to come over to their service, which is about about $20 a month anyway, which is pretty cheap. Which is and that's an amazingly cheap price. And in Japanese, arienai, which means can't be. It can't be. And of course, even the worst English student in Japan realizes that Obama's campaign is yes we can, right? So this is kind of a pun. It's a whole joke, right? But of course, some people in Tokyo took it the wrong way and said, this is racist and Japanese should take it down. And the advertisement was pulled apparently after CNN called EMOBILE. The other funny thing is that EMOBILE's head chiefs, etc., are apparently Chinese and American. They speak English very, very well. I saw the, you can check out the interview. It's just so complicated. There's so many things involved in here. The thing is, you know, just because someone looks like a monkey doesn't mean that to point that out is racist. I mean, look at me. Right? I mean, I could act like I could look like a monkey sometimes, right? But I'm not, you know. But you can say that about me. It wouldn't be racist because I'm not black or not fully, or not, you know. Anyway, so you can't do that about Obama. Now there's a guy in Marietta, Georgia, who said Obama looks like Curious George, and you know what? He does, but a lot of people look like Curious George. I got a guy who works in my school who looks like Curious George. You know, what are you gonna do? That's just the way, you know. That's the cards that God handed. But the thing that kind of bugged me was I was like, come on, give me a break. This is not racist. But then I saw an interview by the Temple University professor. I forget his name. They didn't mention his name in the CNN interview. But he says that the fact that Japanese don't make any correlation between blacks and monkeys doesn't mean it's okay to make an advertisement like this. That is culturally insensitive, and its cluelessness is not an excuse. And I was thinking about this, and I thought, well, come on, that's ridiculous. Americans don't realize the correlation between monkeys and dogs in Japan, the Japanese language. They don't get that, so they're not getting it. But I was thinking about this. If you're in your house and you use the N-word, right? You're yelling the N-word all around your house, and no one in your house ever goes out, and you don't use it outside, just use it in your house, you might say, well, it's fine, it's irrelevant, it doesn't really affect anyone. But if you were to invite one person into that house from the outside world, and they were to see you using the word N, the N-word freely, calling each other in a friendly way, yo, nigga, what's up, kind of stuff, that would be kind of embarrassing. So what I would say, I guess, to the Japanese people is that if you want to really become internationalized, which is the big deal here, everyone wants to be internationalized, then you've got to learn a little bit more about the way certain things are perceived in the world. Now, I do believe this advertisement was not racist. It was just kind of accidental and bad luck for the company, because it was actually a pretty good advertisement. But yeah, I guess Japan is going to have to just learn a little bit more about the way things are perceived in the world. Anyway, interesting story. Putting links over here. Check it out. Tell me what you think. And I'll see you later. I'm going to go eat a banana now. Bye.